Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you are new to me, this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here, because that's what's going to be happening. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in. The continued support, really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have a little TBR for this little readathon that's going on. You may have heard of it. The light versus dark edition of the Romance Takeover Readathon. Hell yeah, it's coming up and I'm totally taking part in it. Yay. I have been waiting since Jen announced this on her channel to put this video up. I have been really hardcore trying to figure out what I was going to put on this TBR, what side I was going to choose. There's just, without further ado, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat. Let's get talking about the books that are going to consume my life for the next 7 days that I've been literally thinking about since the intro video went up. Okay, so a little bit about this Romance Takeover Readathon. It is taking place August 1st through August 7th, and it is hosted by Jen over the Book Refuge, along with 5 other lovely women, including Crystal at the Crystal Bookish Life, Jessin at Jessin Reads Romance, Caitlin at the Love Librarian, Christy at Christy Reads a Lot, and Rachel at Rachel Reads and Sings. And I will have all 6 of those women's channels linked down below, along with the announcement video that Jen put up, which will give you access to all the rules, all the prompts, and all the graphics that Jen created to go along with this readathon. When I took part in Jen's readathon of the Mafia Romance readathon a couple of months ago, she did a bingo board, and she is bringing that back for this readathon. And this bingo board is much larger. It is a 16 square bingo board, so my original plan of blacking out the bingo board is probably not going to happen, but I'm going to do my damnedest with what I can do in 7 days. Now, without going into too much detail about the readathon, you can watch Jen's video. She explains it much better than I do. You essentially are picking a side, either light or dark. And for a split second, I thought about maybe throwing a wrench in the mix and kind of throwing you guys off kilter and picking light, but, well, my true nature came out, and I said, fuck that. So I am choosing the dark side. Yes, I have chosen the dark alignment, so I am choosing prompts off of the dark prompt list. Now, however, Jen, in her infinite wisdom, and also because she's just a freaking badass, did give us a list of gray prompts that do appear in light and dark romances. So we can pepper our bingo board with gray prompts, and I did that as well. So here are the dark romance prompts, and the ones I chose to go with on my bingo board are as follows. Mafia, obviously. Captor Captive, obviously. Taboo. Priest Romance, that's a new one. Bully, Forced Marriage, Stalker, and Reverse Harem. Now, from the gray list, which looks like this, I chose 8 as well. Yeah, I chose 8 from the dark and 8 from the gray to balance out the board. And my gray prompts are as follows. Age gap, plus size heroine, BDSM, duh, virgin heroine, second chance, historical, paranormal, and fantasy. So my bingo board for the Romance Takeover Readathon is going to look like this. Isn't it pretty? This is my bingo board, and I'm really hoping that I can at least get some kind of bingo, whether it's across, diagonal, 4 corners. I don't believe there's any specific order of the bingo, but I don't think I'm going to be able to black this out because there's a lot of prompts here. But I did pick specific books to hit specific ones, and then I'm hoping that within those books there'll be other tropes that will maybe knock off some of these spaces that I just used as kind of fillers. So, one more look at my board. Here you go. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It's dark, just like my heart. And let's get talking about the books that I'm going to try to use to complete this. So, in no particular order, the first book I have is actually completing, and I love this. I love that I got to use this book. I am taking part in the Smut Club, the Smut Book Club, hosted by Cheyenne at That Tall Book Girl and McKay at Oh Hey It's McKay. And their book choice for August actually will work for this readathon. So I was fucking stoked about that. So I will be reading The Pageant by Lilith Vincent, and I'm breaking out my Kindle. This is the maiden voyage of my Kindle, is Lilith Vincent's The Pageant. So hopefully we're good. But here is the cover. And it's very reminiscent of a Mo Jones, The Silver Swan. When I saw this, I immediately thought of that book. So if this thing is anything like that, I'm gonna have a good fucking time. All right, Jack is gonna have a good time. But this will actually be completing the prompt of Reverse Harem. That is the one for sure that I know it's going to be completing, and I'm hoping it will knock off some of the other prompts as well. So there's my first one, and it is my Kindle book of choice for this readathon. So hopefully I have a good experience with the Kindle. I'm excited for it. The next book I plan on trying to work with is an audiobook, and that is Priest by Sierra Simone. I think you can figure out which prompt this one's going to hit. I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory. But I definitely, when I saw Priest Romance on the dark prompt list, I wanted to put this on my bingo board because I have never read a Priest Romance, and I'm Roman Catholic, and I went to a Catholic high school and a Catholic grade school. So I dealt with priests all the fucking time, and I live in the dark, okay? I had to know. So Sierra Simone's Priest is one of my choices for this readathon as well. And it will definitely be completing the Priest romance prompt, hopefully knocking off some others as well. Now, for the actual physical books I will be reading, the first one I have here is Milana Jack's Savage in the Touch, A Savage Horde Mates. This is the first installment in the series. I don't know, Savage Horde Mates, I guess is the name of the series. I'm not 100% sure of that, but there is another installment out, and this is super short, so I thought it'd be perfect for this, and I believe this will be completing my fantasy prompt for sure. Possibly, maybe Captor Captive. It doesn't specifically say, so I'm not 100% sure, but definitely my fantasy prompt for this one. And I personally love this cover. I love it. I think he's very, very pretty in a very weird, creepy way. So, very excited about this one. The next book I have here, and this is strictly because I discovered this author during a readathon, the Mafia Romance Readathon, and I really wanted to just continue on with her during this readathon. I just thought it was kind of I just thought it was, it's cheesy, but I don't care. I'm kind of cheesy. It's fine. And that is Priceless by Jane Henry. This is the first installment to the Ruthless Dom series. I read Wicked Doms for the Mafia Romance Readathon a few months ago, so I thought it was just perfect to go with the spin-off series. And this will be definitely completing the Mafia prompt, and I believe age gap. If I remember correctly from the synopsis, I believe there is a significant age gap between the hero and heroine. So yeah, I'm excited, but I will be physically reading this one instead of listening to the audio. So we're gonna see what it's like to actually read Jane Henry versus just listen to Jane Henry. So yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. And this book follows Nikolai and what is the girl? I can't remember what the girl's name is. Nikolai and Marissa, who we did meet at the end of Bratva Captive. Which is Maxim and Alina's story. So I've already met this couple, but a very, very quick introduction to them. So here we go. Jump back in that Bratva world. Gotta love it. Another physical book I'm going to be reading is Temptation by Ivy Smoke. I've had this on my shelf for a while, and my coworker Amy has read this entire series and says it's fantastic. And this is the first installment to the Hunted series. And this is a professor-student relationship, so I thought this would work for the taboo topic because people think that's very taboo. And she did say that there was a little bit of stalking involved, so this might complete both of those. But again, the taboo one is the only one for sure that I know it's going to be hitting. But I'm excited about this. It's been on my shelf for a while, and Amy just raves about this like all the time. So we'll see how it goes. And the last physical book I'm going to try to get to during this romance readathon. If I can get to more, hell yeah, I'm going to read more, but these are the ones I'm going to set my eyes on for. And that is because I just have to know. I have to know what this book's about. And that is Lifeblood by Amara Ray, the first installment in the Moral Coven series. Jen raves about this book, so since this is one of her readathons, I felt it was apropos to read a book that she highly recommends, and this one will be fulfilling paranormal romance, and I'm assuming several others. It might even be a little bit of bully. I'm not for sure. Don't hold me to that. But yes, this follows Mackay. I think that's how you say his name, and Colette. So yeah, a witch with a healing gift, a warlock bred in violence, an immortal world on the brink. And I believe the 4th installment actually just came out, so I'm excited to figure out what the series is about and jump on in. So yeah, those are all the books I'm going to try to read for the Romance Takeover Readathon, and if I can get more in there, hell yeah, I'm going to. I've got some backups if for some reason I do complete all these. I've got a couple audio backups, and I've got a couple Kindle backups, and then I've definitely got at least one physical backup that is like just sitting there waiting and be like, hey, pick me, because I couldn't decide, but I knew I wanted to actually try to complete all the books in the TBR. I'm not so much worried about blacking out the bingo board as I am completing all 6 of these books, because that would just make my fucking day. So, all right, but that's what I got for you guys today. That is my Romance Takeover Readathon taking place August 1st through 7th, TBR. The live show will be August 7th, I believe, on Jen's channel. Don't hold me to that, but I will link Jen's announcement video in the down box below so you can go get all the details that you need and get access to all the graphics that you see here, and as well as there's also Instagram prompts as well. There's an Instagram challenge throughout the week that I will also be taking part in, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you have a good one, and I hope to see you with all of your guys' TBRs, and let's take over. And by the way, go dark side. Have a good day, guys. Bye.